Good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Thursday, October 28th, 2021. The market remained crazy for today as we traded up and down and all around waiting for Amazon and Apple's earnings reports. And those were the major ones for today. And as the headline reads, Amazon earnings dropped the most in 4 years. That was a disappointment to the market, of course, and they initially drove the stock down about 150, maybe 200 points. They dropped it below 3,300. And don't forget that it has come above 3,300 in anticipation of these earnings. So I'm not sure how much this is going to hold out, but here we sit at 33.06 and the close was 34.46. So we're about $140 now. Now, the future got 3 times. We've run up, sold off, run up, sold off, run up, sold off. These last 2 times within the same bar. This time it hit 15,777 into the close, into the final minutes. And then earnings come out and boom. First they decided they were going to hold it up until Apple, they were going to hold it up above 15,700 and managed to rally it back, up to, I think, I'm not sure the exact total or level, but they got it back above 15,700 and we're very comfortable to trade it there. And then Apple came out and then it dropped. So what does this all mean? I continue to count, like I said, this minor C wave to complete the intermediate B wave. We've now successfully run up to new highs 3 times. First time was yesterday, twice today. And while we got close to 15,800, and I still must leave that avenue open, that they might just come in and brush everything off. And now look to the future, the past is the past. It's the most amazing thing to watch how people can talk themselves into things, to being a certain way, because to look at it any way different is just too painful. But regardless, I believe that we are, if not have already completed this B wave, we are in the absolute final stages. Now, how this could be counted out, if this is indeed going to be the small 4th wave of this C wave, then this is the 5th. And maybe it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's all just overlapping left and right. In a 5th wave position at the end of a major bull run, whether it's a B wave corrective top or just from a 5 wave structure, it is still forcing itself to a top that, in my heart of hearts, from the trading action, from the price action, I just don't see it holding. And this RSI continues to signal it all the way as we run and run and run and run. Now, what's actually going to break the back of the buyers into turning around and going like, oh my God, I need to sell? I'm not sure. As you can see, Apple traded down to 146 or 2. 140, no, excuse me, it was down $7. So 146. And they bought it back. And they were up higher than this, and now it's settling back down. If they come in and just buy Apple, this must respond. This has to go up. And Apple has a higher weighting than Amazon, but they can just, while I've been sitting here, they've now brought this back up $13. So buyers tend to creep back in. So again, all the earnings has to be digested by every analyst on the planet. And then they have to give a quick reaction to what they think, blah, blah, blah. So as we have seen, there have been enough pushes from the bullish position to keep this held where it is and still then moving higher, getting these stocks to rebound and move higher. And I'm going to show you because tomorrow again, Friday, it is a weekly expiration. And so you get a lot of questions on to what is going on with Tesla. Their earnings came out. They got this order for 100,000 Model 3s. And it's like, okay, should that be factored in or what are we still doing? And I want to show you something. Tomorrow is expiration. This is Tesla for tomorrow's expiration. Strikes. 705 is where, and I can go lower. And they're trading 700s. Look at the open interest. There's a lot of stock going to be hitting the market in all directions. And it just keeps getting. Look at this volumes and look at these open interests and then look at these strikes. And this is the stock that's going to be coming available. These will get exercised. Some are getting closed, but that's still leaving quite a few to be exercised if that's going to be happening. What are you going to do with your stock after you get it, etc.? And so I want to show you one thing. 150, almost 155,000 option contracts for the October 1,100 calls traded today with premium, with lots of premium. That's how the volatility is getting cranked up. Now, this, think about it. If it continues to drop tomorrow or should it rally tomorrow, it's going to start sliding through strikes. And it likely will do it because it's sitting up so high. So there's going to be a lot of activity and the pressure is going to be to both sides. Because don't forget, they sell down Tesla. It affects the S&P and the NASDAQ because it's weighted. And it's weighted at the higher end. It's not weighted down below. It is either just under or just over about 10%, a 10% weighting. So you can kind of go from there and it's not trading in, I mean, it's priced in pennies, but it doesn't necessarily trade in pennies. I mean, Tesla can have a $2 or $3 wide market and it trades on it and et cetera, et cetera. So this is what we got going to be going on in the background of us trying to trade the NASDAQ and the S&P. So I am leaving all of the labeling off for right now. But I'm kind of going to go on the assumption, and that's really what it will be on my part, that 15,777 is the high for wave B. And I may have to come out and put on a quick update on that, but I cannot put this in concrete. I can't stand on it and say yes, 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 because there's just too much, there's too much out there that can still affect the market, and I can't do a complete count. This may only be 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, and then we'll go up again and break 15,800. All things remain possible. There's a lot of stuff going on with tomorrow's expiration. And so how much stock is going to come in short? Do they have to buy it? How much is going to come in long and they've got to sell it? And do these guys get paired off and they're able to do their trades? Or what happens to the future? So a lot going on. And what should normally be just a quiet, no nothing expiration may turn into fireworks, big fireworks, volatile fireworks going in both directions. So we need to remain on our toes. We need to really be open to the moves. Volatile moves in this market can be very harmful. And what I mean by that is they're big. They're big. They're big. Well, this thing starts at 655 and ends at 747. That's almost 100 NASDAQ points. How many do you think you wanted to be short? While you hope and wait, because they were giving you indications here with tail, 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 hourly tails, that we were still going to go down. But nope. gave a buy signal and told you it was going up. And if you missed it, it hurt because it didn't stop. So my point, stay on your toes. Keep an eye on those moving averages because it's seriously, they will tell you when the market's going to ready to switch. They will tell you when to go, no, we're going long and they're coming in behind me to buy this. You see it runs and it's like, oh, they're coming in. And that's exactly what they did. And they don't look back. They just push a button and that button goes, yes, by this many. So stay on your toes. Don't get stuck. We can break it all the way down to a very short term. We can go down to the 5 minute if you need to, and it's going to tell you the same story. Like I'm going to open it from here so you get a larger picture. Same story. That's after the bell rang. Boom. First drop, but let's go during the day. Here we had these were very tradable, but you have to be quick and you just have to realize, boom, we're breaking. And then don't forget to take your profits. Don't get married to the trade because you see, they just turn it around as quickly. 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get down there, 15 minutes to move to a new high. If you're thinking that was it, that's the high and we're heading lower, and they change it in 15 minutes and create a new one, and then 55 minutes later, do it again. This is what I'm talking about. This red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green. How do you want to trade that? Carefully, if you're going to play it. These are 5 minute moves. Maybe you just stand aside, or you just kind of get a downward bias going, and then you just wait and play along. There are different ways to play it, but you just have to stay focused and you have to stay aware of what the market is telling you. That's my point. So you can trade off of whatever screen you want and then work it that way, but realize what the market is telling you and how you need to play it. This is the opening today. Tail, close, basically almost a doji, not quite. Tail, same scenario, but a little bit higher, higher high, higher low. That was your first one. Then it comes over here and you get even a little bit higher low and a higher high. But it's closed green. So that was the buy. 64, 15,664. Man. Anyway, too much detail there. For tomorrow, volatile. I believe it will be volatile. Let's see where the market's going to be when we get back in tomorrow morning. Because don't forget that we've got the Asian markets need to deal with it, and then we have the European markets that need to deal with it, plus their own. And then we've got the G20 meeting happening over in Europe. There's no talk about that at all anywhere on the news, but they're meeting. President left today, so they'll be enforced tomorrow, and we'll see what they got to say, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of stuff going on, providing volatility. Be on your toes. Upside still alive. We still got the possibilities of running this market up to 16,000. That's all I'm going to leave it, because that's where that remains. I can probably fill in some blanks, but you know what? This is all uncharted territory. So if they get above today's high, I have no points other than Fibonacci. I will likely try to add some additional, but right now, that's the first, that's the second, but that's about the name of that tune. Have a great trading day tomorrow. Trade smart, stay focused. Next update will be on Sunday, the 31st.